Good day and welcome. My name is Samantha Corlett. I have been in real estate for 19 long years and counting. I don't plan on leaving real estate. But what has been bothering me lately is all of the information that's being fed about real estate. Real estate on television, it's very nice, but it's not always accurate. And just real estate overall. When we're flooded with all these gate loads of information, it needs to be as accurate as possible. So that is what made me decide to go ahead and share some of my knowledge with you. Before we get started, I have to give you my credentials. Once again, 19 plus years in real estate. I'm a realtor in multiple states and also an appraiser in multiple states. So that has given me enough information that I can feel comfortable and confident in sharing this with you. On a weekly basis, I get questions about real estate. So today I'm going to start off very basic with 4 forms of financing that most people primarily get in real estate. Let's start off with the FHA. FHA loans are the simplest type of loan you can get. They typically have a cap of about around $300,000. FHA has a great first-time buyers program. These loans are insured by the government, so that means if anything happens, your home is insured. But in order to qualify for these FHA loans, aside from money qualifications, there is also home qualifications. That means there cannot be anything wrong that would affect the livability and soundness of the home. If anything comes up in an FHA appraisal, this has to be fixed by the homeowner. This is done at 3.5% financing. Who would not love to get a home for only 3.5% down? Anyone would. But the problem that sometimes happens is a family or a buyer falls in love with the home. It comes up on the FHA appraisal that there are issues with the home, and the buyer decides they're going to go ahead and fix those issues so they can get in their home. And what tends to happen is the owner will allow you to fix these issues, and then they'll say, well, okay, you didn't really qualify because there were stipulations, and so I'm going to walk away from this loan contract. They have no qualms about it. Then they resell that home after you fixed it at a higher price and keep it moving. At that time, you're not allowed to sue them because you signed documents with your loan officer stating that you will not participate in anything that is not arm's length in you being able to purchase this home. So participating in fixing a home for you to get is not allowed and illegal, and therefore you cannot sue someone after you have chosen to do this. Next, we'll go on to the conventional loan. The conventional loan, this is 5 to 10% down, depending on your debt to loss ratio, your investments, and whatever other financial qualifications you may have going on. This loan allows you to get a home, any home you want. So if you choose to get a home with a hole in the middle of it, get at it. Have a wonderful time. They will more than happily sell this to you, but you will sign off that you choose to purchase a home with a hole in the middle of it. So any side effects of that, meaning complications that may occur a year later, you cannot come back and say, well, you sold me a home with a hole in it, a home with a hole in it. You agreed to that. So anything that happens as a result of that is your own issue and in your own responsibility. Now, what they do recommend in doing these types of loans is that you get PMI insurance, which covers any prior title sales or current sales from whoever sold it to you, and any problems that may occur at that time. I also always recommend homeowners insurance for you so that you may pay a monthly rate for items versus being hit with a $5,000 bill when something happens to the home and it needs to be taken care of immediately. Because what happens is, as we do not take care of these issues, they create larger issues and become overwhelming, and we cannot afford the home anymore. Another type of loan I'd like to discuss is hard money lending loans. Hard money lending loans, primarily used by investors. It's a great way for a small-time investor to get into investing. However, it comes along with a lot of liability and debt. So for instance, if you choose to get a home, they show you a beautiful portfolio, an as-is value, and the money you would receive once this house is fixed. However, what they do not stress in this is, number one, they're an investment company. An investment company looks out for themselves first and always. That if it takes you a month to fix this home, great. But if the weather goes bad, if your contractors don't get done in time, if the materials are not readily available, or if you're not having a high turnaround on your investment and you're holding this for a long period of time, it falls on you. Your loan has started to process. So it may start at 15%, then goes to 20, 25, 30. This is an investment company, so they set their rates and their caps and their turn times. So what sometimes unfortunately happens is they get their loan and their home back. You have defaulted on the loan. They are able to sell the home after you have spent your money to fix the home, and you are still responsible for the loan. And they have sold this property and moved on to their next investment. So be careful and please do your research when deciding to do this loan. The last loan is the most simplest of all. It's a VA loan for veterans and also family of veterans if you qualify. And it's 100% financing. That means everything is covered. However, in everything being covered, the house has to be in tip-top shape. It has to be approved by a VA loan officer and appraised by a VA appraiser. And if there is something as simple as a doorknob being off the hinges or a doorbell not working, that all has to be fixed before the loan closes. So, thank you for joining me. And in our next session, I will discuss FHA loans, PMI insurance. I will also discuss investment loans and open up the floor for discussion. Any questions that you may have if chosen. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.